Farming. What exactly does it take to successfully create a farm and have it do exactly what you actually want it to do? How many farms do you need? How do you set up a farm? How does it all work and why should you bother doing it? That and many other questions is what we answer in today's video all about farming. I plan to bring you a video that shows you from A to Z of what you need to be aware of, how to actually set it up and how to manage it correctly. Let's go and have a look together as we discuss farming. Hey guys, Pokey Mountain here, bringing you a new tutorial or learning corner video with today's topic being farming. Um, it's a very big subject, so there's quite a bit to go over. This video might end up being a little bit lengthy. I'm not sure. If it gets too long, I might even split it up and put it into two parts. But we're going to go through it and see what we can figure out for you guys, and hopefully I can show you how to do it as successfully as possible. Right, so first things first. Okay, I apologize. For some reason the camera's making this sort of wavy look, like I'm in a heat wave or something like that, which I am not. So I apologize for that in advance. But yeah, let's quickly switch over to this screen here. Alright, so when it comes to farming, there's a couple of things that you need to be aware of and plan ahead for and start preparing for in advance if possible. And then there's a lot of things you need to know in terms of how to keep going from there. The first question is, why create a farm? Why do farming? Well, specifically being that this game is extremely expensive to keep up with. If you want to be one of the top dogs or you want to be somebody who is highly competitive, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg just to keep up with the new equipment that constantly comes out, the new weapons, the new statues, things like that. It's bad enough to keep up with that sort of thing, never mind actually then spending money on resources. And resources is what you need to do pretty much everything in the game. You want to make troops, you need resources. You want to upgrade, you need resources. You want to build something specific, you need resources. So creating farming supplies those resources for you. Before you start though, you need to decide for yourself, what is the purpose of the farm you are creating. Now there's two main reasons why you want to create a farm account. Reason number one being you need more resources. You want more food, more wood, more iron, more silver. Reason number two, you want a paper stronghold, meaning a stronghold that doesn't quite have the stats that it should have for its level, but it has the troops. You can create a paper stronghold that matches your level so that you can reinforce yourself with troops and keep things like your crit defenses and that sort of thing. Or if you, like in Kingdom Raid or KBK for example, you can reinforce yourself with basically twice as many troops as you would have had and still keep your crit attacks and crit defenses and things like that. So you need to decide beforehand, what is the purpose of the farm you are creating? Are you creating a farm for the troops? Are you creating a farm for the resources? Of course you can have a farm that has both resources and troops, but it is going to cost you constantly on that farm to upgrade it over and over again to get it to the level where you are in order to have the troops. So it's not really the best way to go about it. A lot of people do that and then they end up getting burnt out. It's too much effort to try and fully maintain two accounts to that extent. So if you are looking at doing troops as well as resources, you might even look at doing 2 or 3 farms for resources, 1 for troops sort of thing. And you concentrate one of those farms specifically for your paper farm that you've created, and the other 2 farms you concentrate on resources for your primary account. So you've got to take these sort of things into consideration. What is going to be the purpose of you creating your farm? The next thing to ask yourself is, what size do you grow your farm to? Well, that ties into the purpose. If you are looking at creating a farm for troops, you're going to want it to be the same size as you are in essence, because you're going to try and keep crit defense, and if you're not the same size, you're not going to have the same troops, in which case you're going to lose out on things like that. If you are using it for KBK, for example, you again want to have the troops of your equal level, or at least they're close abouts, so that you can put them in towers and things like that. So if it's a troop thing, the size you're going to stop at is basically at the same level you are. And as you grow, you'll need to keep growing that one as well. In terms of farming for resources, generally speaking, Stronghold 18 is enough for you to go to, because you'll be able to get into any of the events, you'll be able to do the Spire, you'll be able to do the Royal Arena, and all these sorts of things that's going to give you resources and rewards back for those farms. If you are, however, planning on taking your farm into Soleil and hitting the level 10 mining points, you need to get to level 21 on your farm. Otherwise, it won't be allowed into Soleil. So bear that in mind. So I would recommend, if you're going with resources, at the most stop at 21. You have no real reason to go further than that. If you are spending resources to upgrade beyond that point, it's resources you could have utilized in your main account. How many farms should you use? Well, that's very dependent. That's up to you yourself. For example, in my Solar Kingdom over here, I've got 3 farms. I did have 6 farms, but I got rid of 3 of them, and I'm down to 3 farms because it was just too much to manage. The purpose of the 3 farms here are all resources and troops at the moment, because it's a new kingdom, so my crit isn't at 36% or higher yet. Once I get my crit to 36%, then I will stop sending the troops, and I will just use those farms for resources. So I've actually stopped my farms. Let's just go have a look over here. You can see here's one of the farms that I don't utilize anymore. But here's 3 of the farms there. These are the 3 that I have set up specifically as my active farms. The 2 19s, I'm going to get it up to 21 so that they can go into Soleil. And this one is already at 22, and it will stop there. So these 3 here have got a high troop count, as well as having resource gathering capabilities. So they give me the resources at the moment, and they give me troops at the moment, but that's just until my crit hits 36, in which case I'll stop sending troops from them altogether, and I will make sure I keep my crit defense. By doing it this way, my troop count that I've got over here, I'm able to keep it to just the top 2 tiers, which means I'm pre-ready for my crit defense. Let me show you here quickly. If I scroll across to here and I go inside, you'll see I've got 2 sets of infantry, 2 sets of cavalry, and the bowmen, I have got a little bit extra of this one here, but that's because of doing skeletal mages and things like that. I will get rid of those, and I will push them into the T8s as well. And now that I've got Stronghold level 30, I will start pushing my T10s, and I will upgrade all my T8s to T9s. Okay, that way my Stronghold is immediately ready for crit defense once I hit 36%. And I'm able to have the smaller troops that can get killed and take the damage by reinforcing myself with the 3 farms that I've got set up over here. So that is the purpose of my farms that I've got currently set up, and that is why they are the sizes that they currently are. Then it comes to managing farms. You need to understand, especially with more farms, it is going to take you time every single day to manage your farms. You need to manage them daily. Otherwise, you're going to be missing out on the opportunities to gather the resources that you are having them for. A couple of things to take note of. Your heroes. You want to concentrate with your farms on heroes that are, for example, like Sir Gareth in the Solar Kingdom, Sir Gareth, which says when Sir Gareth is with the march, there's a 10% chance up to 50% of doubling resources dropped from attacking monsters. So as you can see here, he's not very high leveled up. He's not my main priority here in my main account, but he is one of my main priorities. Him and Sir Agravain are my 2 main priorities in the farm accounts, followed by where is it? King Anguish and Isulit, because they give you the chest drops that you're looking for. So in the farm account, those are the four main heroes I concentrate on in the Solar Kingdoms, because they're going to allow me to get more resources quicker and easier. You also want to appoint heroes that are going to increase your gathering speed or production and things like that. So when it comes to managing your farms, you've got to treat it slightly different, but you have to do it every day. Otherwise, you are wasting opportunities on gaining resources. That includes things like the Spire, so that you can use those points to get resources. If you're in the Lunar Kingdoms, that includes things like doing the Labyrinth, so that you can get more resources and things like that. When it comes to talent points, if you go into talent points, you've got economy, war, and balance. In my farm accounts, almost everything is at war. I have my first 16 set up here for emergency recall. That way I can call my troops back if I absolutely have to for some reason, and everything else goes into economy, so that once again I'm maximizing out on the resources I obtain. Beyond that, if you go into your equipment and you go look at all your equipment, you'll notice you can actually build these items with prosperity here, which gives you iron production, wood gathering, iron gathering speed, food production, food gathering, silver gathering, food production, silver production. And if you equip these, it's going to increase the amount of resources you're going to be able to obtain. So you need to be able to do all of that in your farms. Now, it's going to take you roughly 30 minutes per farm account every single day if you're going to go into it and you're going to do all your daily tasks. If you're going to do, for example, your quests, which I highly recommend that you do, in fact, do. If you're going to do all your quests and make sure you get all these items up here, you're going to need the time to do your researches, to do your gathering, to hunt your monsters, to hunt your barbarian rallies, things like that, so that you can make sure you maximize out on this every day. And it's going to take you roughly 30 minutes per account to do it. So how many farms do you need? Well, that depends on how much time you've got available. Have you got an entire day to go, and in which case you can do many, many things? Or have you only got a small limited amount of time, in which case you'll do less things? In that case, you'll have less farms. It will also take you longer to get things done and to achieve certain goals and to do upgrades and things like that. But again, that goes according to your own timeline. I wouldn't really recommend going too nuts unless your main purpose is to farm. We've got one lady in our kingdom, which we will be interviewing hopefully very, very soon. Her primary thing that she enjoys the most in KOA is farming. She loves farming to such an extent that she is our alliance's, what shall we call it, sort of construction foreman and nurse. So what happens is, if people in our alliance need to push to the next level, SH30 or SH40 or SH45, for example, she assists them by having all these different farms and different farm alliances specifically designed to help the alliance grow and to heal after KVKs and things like that. So for her specifically, farming is extremely important, and that's where she feels a lot of self-worth, because she's contributing in a major way to our alliance. Without her, our alliance would be in a lot of trouble. So she assists us in a major way, and hopefully we get to interview her soon and you get to see all about it and learn about it. So we'll hold on for that. But otherwise, other than that, generally speaking, you don't want too many farms, because you still need to concentrate the majority of your time on your main account. You would probably end up spending, as I say, 30 minutes on each farm account, but 2-3 hours upwards on your main account every single day. So take into account the amount of time it's going to take you to do everything that you want to do on each account, as well as your main account, and decide from there. Again, I wouldn't necessarily go too many farms, but that is up to you and your available timeline. Alright, I'm actually going to stop the first video here. It did end up taking a very long time to cover everything that I wanted to on this video. So I'm splitting it over into 2 parts. This is the end of part 1. Part 2 will follow this video. It will be literally set up as a suggestion for you guys. It will be out today as well. Both will be out live, basically one after the other. So make sure that you watch video number 2 so that you can get the rest of the information that you need. Otherwise, guys, if you like this video, please hit the like button down below. Don't forget to comment if you've got anything you'd like to share. Otherwise, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon so that you can know whenever I upload new videos. Big shout out to my top Patreon supporters of the month, Black, Red, We Free Men, and Kay. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. You guys keep me going with this channel, and I highly appreciate it. If anybody else would like to support this channel, you can either follow the link down below for Patreon, or you can message me, for example, on Discord, and I can send you PayPal details if you want to do just a one-time donation or support sort of thing. That's the if that's what you want to do, let me know and we'll sort that out. Otherwise, if you can't financially assist me, that is 100% fine as well. The best ways you can support me then is liking, commenting, subscribing, and hitting that bell notification icon. Those are 4 free ways for you to support this channel. It helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. It gets my videos to more viewers so that more people can learn from this and actually grow as well in the game and make it fun for everybody, sort of thing. Right, guys, so that's going to be it for this video until video 2 comes out, or the next video that you happen to watch. Be good, be well, and be safe. Bye.